What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all platforms? This is Big Pat Sports Talk. You know I'm gonna talk my talk no matter what anybody thought. And it's another reaction, man. This is gonna be from the Get Up team. They're gonna say their bold predictions for the NFL draft. I'm gonna let them talk, and I'm gonna give you my bold prediction at the end of the video. So let's get it.
I feel super high.
What's going on, Big Blue? You know this is draft season, so I'm doing a reaction to Get Up's bold predictions for the 2021 NFL draft. I'm going to give you my bold prediction for the New York Giants, as well as just a bold prediction overall what's going to happen in this NFL draft. So let's get into it.
Field, give me a bold prediction that's going to come true.
All right, Rashaan Slater from Football Factory Northwestern will be the first offensive lineman off the board, Greeny, ahead of Penei Sewell from Oregon, of course, a prodigious talent.
That's a bold prediction right there. It's a little bit crazy, but that's a bold prediction. I'm going to tell you now, this is not going to happen. Yeah, Rashaan Slater is not going to be selected before Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell's upside is just too great to pass on to take another tackle, which is Rashaan Slater, who I believe needs a lot of work when he goes into the league. I know people love his film about him beating up on Chase Young. That was just one game. Look at the rest of his film, and you'll see what I'm talking about. He has short arms. So does Penei Sewell. But the difference between them is Penei Sewell has punch when he goes to block. Rashaan Slater puts his head down and just places his hands. He doesn't punch. When you have smaller arms, you have to punch as a lineman to stop those defensive linemen from putting those long arms on you and be able to control you and do whatever move they want to do to you. So if you don't have quick punch and you let that defensive lineman put that long arm into your chest, you're going to have a hard time in this league, man. And he puts his head down a lot, so he may have problems going against the stunts that the defensive linemen do here in the NFL. So we're going to see. We're going to see, but that prediction is a little wild for me. I can't get with that one.
Opted out of this past season, but give me Slater, an athletic freak, a guy who has some room to grow in terms of being a technician, but this is a player who I think will be the first offensive lineman off the board when it's all said and done.
He does have good athleticism, though.
Opted out 2020, but does
Rashaan Slater does have great athleticism, though. I'll give him that.
figure to go top 10 or thereabouts. Mike T, give me a bold prediction that's going to come true.
You know, Greeny, to your credit, you planted this seed a couple weeks ago. Everyone's talking about the top 5 quarterbacks. I say the 6th quarterback goes number 32 overall. It's the same play that the great Ozzie Newsome in Baltimore ran a couple of years ago when they traded up for Lamar Jackson. Kyle Trask, University of Florida, will be the 6th and final quarterback taken in the first round, 32nd overall. Had unbelievable production, guys. He threw for over 68. He had 68 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards this year.
Great pass
that others have, but I think a team like Chicago could trade up from the 52nd pick to the 32nd pick to go get Kyle Trask and get the 5th year on his contract. Yeah.
Yo, this bold prediction is a pretty good one, man. I believe Kyle Trask is really overlooked. To say he goes in the first round, a team will have to trade back up into the draft to draft him in the first round, and I can really see Chicago trading back up in the first round and grabbing a quarterback. And for me, it has to be Kyle Trask. He has the production. He's a Gator. You know, I'm gonna represent my Gators. I like Kyle Trask. I like Kyle Trask a lot. He does have a lot to work on when he gets into the league, but you're not drafting Kyle Trask to be your #1 quarterback immediately when he comes to your team. in this draft. You can sit him behind a veteran for a year or maybe 2, and let's see what he can do, man. He was a Heisman Trophy candidate. Threw for 68 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards, so he has the production. He played in a great conference, the SEC, so I don't see why not giving this kid a chance in the first round, man. Good prediction by Mike Tannenbaum. I like that, man. Let's go Gators.
Yeah, that's the big piece of it there. With that quarterback, you get that 5th year for the team that drafts them. I agree with that. I don't agree with which quarterback it'll be, but I do believe they will be a 6th at the end of the first round. Orlovsky, give me a bold prediction.
Well, I'm going to take that and run with it like a baton. I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go back into the first round and draft their quarterback in the future. I can absolutely see it being Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask, a guy, I called a couple of his games at Florida this year. Really good player. Great ball placement, good accuracy, good pocket movement, all that stuff. And I loved how he kind of hung and waited for his turn at Florida. When he got his opportunity, absolutely excelled. I could also see it being Kellen Mond. Kellen Mond is a player out of...
See, Orlovsky, I was with you till you said Kellen Mond. Nobody's taking Kellen Mond in the first round, man. It's a long shot for Trask to get taken in the first round. Team will have to trade back up. I was with you till you said that, bro. I'm also kind of on you what you said about Justin Fields as well. I need your sources to tell me that he doesn't have great work ethic. I need the sources, bro. A lot of that is said about African-American quarterbacks going into these drafts to hurt their stock purposely, I believe, because why does it always come up that they don't have great work ethic? And they're smarts enough for the quarterback to play in the NFL might not be up to par. Why is that always the question, man? Don't understand it, man. It's a little bit irresponsible of analysts. Me wanting to be a future analyst, I want to be responsible of what I say about these players, because you're playing with their money, you're playing with their future lives, their future way to provide for their family. So I just want more due diligence done in the evaluation of these quarterbacks, and just be fair, man. Just be fair. To be honest with you, just be fair. Don't do that. Don't say that the guy's not smart enough to play the position if you haven't talked to his coaches or talked to the players that he played with. Talk to his receivers, talk to his offensive coordinator, talk to his position coach, talk to his head coach, talk to the people of the NCAA organization that they're with, and you find out these things. Do due diligence. Just don't go off the top of your head because you heard somebody say something, and then you just want to blurt it out on live TV. You know you can hurt these kids' draft stock. Do I believe Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Mac Jones? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I believe this is one of the first Ohio State quarterbacks that might actually be something in the league. He's going to have to prove it to me, because there's a lot of them that are just bad from Ohio State. And speaking of Ohio State quarterbacks, there is one in Pittsburgh that's that's not going to pan out. And you're talking about drafting another quarterback. You just picked him up, and he was just drafted, a year or two ago. So let's just be fair in this evaluation of our African American quarterbacks, man. Of all quarterbacks, of all positions, of all race and colors. Real talk.
Texas A&M that learned for 3 years under Jimbo Fisher. It just got better and better and better. Matt Canada, the new offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, comes from the college game. I'm sure he's had conversations with Jimbo Fisher of the talent and the intellect that Kellen Mond has. I can see the Steelers taking either of those guys for their future.
Yeah, I love both of those. Mike T, let me come back to you quickly. I think this is more important than me getting a prediction in here. The Steelers pick at 24. Is 24 too early for what Dan is talking about? Is 24 too early for the Steelers to be taking the 6th quarterback in this draft?
I'm going to answer that before Mr. Mike Tannenbaum. I'm going to say yes. I believe they take an offensive lineman. They need offensive lineman at 24 here in the first round. With Mike Pouncey retiring, don't be surprised if they take Creed Humphrey right here at 24. I'm just going to tell you that now. That's not that could be one of my bold predictions. I'm going to make that one of my bold predictions. The Pittsburgh Steelers will take Creed Humphrey at number 24. They're not going to take a quarterback at 24. They may trade back up in the second round or so to get a quarterback, but they're not taking a quarterback in the first round, even though Big Ben is showing his age.
No, absolutely not. When you have a guy like Mond or Davis Mills, so I know you like Greeny, and he's there, again, you're getting 5 years on the contract. Take the quarterback, let him sit for a year behind Ben, and then the rest is history. So there's still good value. You really do at 32, pick up an extra pick, but 24 is perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's one way to look at it, either way, depending on how you
I totally disagree with that.
do it. And my prediction has been the same. If you listen to my radio show, I've been saying that I've never wavered. Everyone reports that Mac Jones is going to be the third pick. Vegas says Justin Fields is going to be the third pick. I've never changed my mind. I think San Francisco is taking Trey Lance. From the moment they traded up, I said that day, they're going up there to get Trey Lance. It is the plan. It is the Patrick Mahomes plan. One more season of Garoppolo. Lance needs a season to sit and learn. And then 2 years from now, he becomes their Patrick Mahomes. I've never changed my mind.
Okay, well, you got all their bold predictions, and I like Green's last prediction. Trey Lance to the 49ers at 3. I do believe that's a high chance of that happening. All right, but we're going to get to my bold prediction. My first one, I already said, was Creed Humphrey going to the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 24. And I'm going to throw a wild one to you. I'm going to say that Travis Etienne will be picked before Najee Harris as the first running back taken in the 2021 NFL Draft. I believe people love Travis Etienne's versatility, and for some reason, Najee Harris is not getting the respect that he deserves as far as being the top running back in this draft class. That dude's an absolute beast. No way am I saying Etienne is better than Najee Harris, but I believe teams in this year's draft just don't have Najee Harris as high as Travis Etienne. I just don't believe so. And I believe whoever needs a running back and passes on Najee Harris is making a huge mistake. The guy has the speed. He has the strength. He can catch out the backfield. He has moves. He has agility. He's like a baby version of that guy out there in Tennessee. We all know about him. Like a baby version of him. And my last bold prediction, is for my New York Giants, Big Blue. I'm telling you who we're going to draft this coming next weekend. I believe it's on Friday, the 29th. We're taking Devontae Smith. That's my bold prediction for my New York Giants. Big Blue fans, stand up with me. We're taking Devontae Smith, and reason why, I said it on the Entertainers channel the other night. He takes away the what ifs that we have on offense right now. A lot of us know that we got Galladay, we got a lot of weapons, we got Rudolph. And I always say is, man, what if Slayton can be the number 2 receiver? What if Slayton doesn't do this, and does Ross have to step up to be the number 2 receiver? Devontae Smith takes that away, folks. If we draft Devontae Smith, we have a legitimate 1-2 punch. A legitimate 1-2 punch. When we step on that field, now you have to really game plan for our offense. Now you got to really game plan for our offense. We got Smith at the 2, Galladay at the 1, Saquon Barkley's back. Daniel Jones, get your head together, man. Get your pocket presses up. Don't turn over that ball. We have a legitimate 1-2 punch at receiver if we draft Devontae Smith. And the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. I know a lot of people like Slayton, but Joe Judge doesn't think about that, man. He thinks about what's best for the team and what's going to get done for the team. How does this player help our team out the best? And he may like Slayton as well, but if Devontae Smith is there, they're taking Devontae Smith, and he immediately replaces Slayton at the number 2 receiver. And Slayton literally becomes the number 4 receiver because he's not going to replace Shepard in a slot. So if we got Shepard, Galladay, and Smith on the field with Rudolph at tight end or Evan Ingram at tight end, Saquon Barkley in the backfield, Daniel Jones at quarterback. He's going to be a better Daniel Jones this year. And I believe the New York Giants have more faith in their offensive line than we do. I keep telling you guys that our offensive line is not that bad. There was a lot of mistakes made by Daniel Jones, which caused them to look worse than what they really were. Look at that film that I put out on Daniel Jones with a real Daniel Jones. Please stand up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But shout out to the Get Up crew. Their bold predictions of this 2021 draft. My bold predictions: the Steelers take Creed Humphrey at 24. My New York Giants draft Devontae Smith, and Travis Etienne will be drafted before Najee Harris as the first running back taken in this year's draft. So you heard it here first. Thank you for tuning in to Big Pat Sports Talk. You know I'm going to talk my talk no matter what anybody thought. And peace.
I feel super high.